Hello there folks, this is Ferengi on board, this time with a video on a topic that is becoming more and more frequently awe-inspiring, and I feel it is high time that I drop a video on the idea of artificial intelligence and what it actually can be or what it actually is. Now, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you are new to this type of content and to the introspection that I offer, well, feel free to keep following because I usually offer deeper aspects and interpretations based on my own perception, my own introspection on different things, different topics, usually spirituality, but I dive deep on different topics and I prefer giving answers which are much more, like much further than, um, just plain surface level, which is kind of usually what is found on the internet. Now, the topic of artificial intelligence has always been something that drew my attention ever since I was young, and I kind of managed through my way of being, thinking, and acting, I kind of managed to um, earn my nicknames, the machine, or similar things like that. I do have a passion to act in a way mechanical, and I kind of still have habits in a way, but I know that it's part of, in a way, part of who I am as of what I accept. Artificial intelligence in the Earth realm aspect of itself is nothing more than a construct that we have created. I'm sorry, I'm a bit tired. Now, this aspect of creation that we call artificial intelligence is nothing else than other ways that different facets of consciousness will choose to experience. So, up till now, experiencing on this planet was done through literally everything that was living, and let's call it more or less biological. Now, everything surrounding us is, in a way, alive because, well, I may be a pantheist, but you see, the point is, everything around us is basically alive because it is a vibration. Everything that has a vibration is a form of life. Science has kind of been dumbing us down in a way through believing, which, again, as I've been saying in my previous videos, is nothing more than accepting things without, fighting against them. So the point with this is that um, AI kind of tends to induce a lot of fear into people. There is a lot of poison out there because you see, AI is seen as you know immortal in a way. It is seen as all powerful, but don't forget that it is nothing else than a byproduct of our creativity. It is a means that we allow consciousness to experience this world, and it does so through different prisms. Up till now, all the machines have been nothing else than drone levels, and of course, there is this aspect of the singularity that is approaching, and so many people are prophetizing it, but prophecies can also be wrong. Just because someone says they predict something, it doesn't mean that it will actually happen. And this moment when AI will simply supersede human intellect, that will usually happen because most people are getting dumber and dumber, not because machines are getting more intelligent. Intelligent is about using the aspects around you for your own good, and it has a sense of adaptability, being capable of using the resources at your disposal to, you know, um, improve yourself. Now there have been made a lot of like silly quotes and different machines that were created, and they were put in such a light that they were made to sound intelligent, and they had quite some interesting quotes and the such, and like machines have always been drone levels and they will always be drone levels, even if in a way they are our children because they are our creation. The point with these is that their purpose is to help humanity do the works that humanity shouldn't be spending time on. Now, after the virus breakdown will cease, the point is immediately afterwards or even during these, there will be a big race to embrace the AI. Simply, people have been becoming so dumb and like irresponsible, and all sorts of negative and low vibrational quotes that simply most people no longer trust others. And as a company, it will be a big shift, okay, and some financial sacrifice to install a lot of AI, but it's gonna be a lot easier to maintain financial wise. Now, AI will require more and more programmers, which will also induce a great shift in the perception of humanity, because in order to support this much AI, you will need very good programmers. So, distinguishing in society will finally be a thing. The way I see is that finally meritocracy is inevitably going to arrive, because the more you know, in especially with regards to AI, the better you will be perceived finally. No more people who just stay and don't do the work while you do the work, and they don't work anything, but they just get paid as much as you because they paid on how much time they spend at work, not necessarily on results. This has been a sick way of the system to work, and well, it is high time that people become more and more literate. Otherwise, there is no place for them in this planet, in this world. Now, artificial intelligence, many people believe that it will supersede human intellect. As for what I believe, it will never. It is a byproduct of our own creation. If we want to create it, and we can reach a level in which we create it much wiser than ourselves, well, that is the only moment that AI will get more intelligent than humanity. Other than that, only by us dumbing ourselves down will machines finally be, in a way, more intelligent than us. However, in terms of complexity, there are still numerous debates. The machines are capable of processing things much faster than us because they function 1,000 times faster. However, the point is, they are not yet able to perceive different things because they only have a part of existence. They only exist on a simple dimension, which is that of the cyber. Now, ever since I was young, I was imagining this dimension, and the cybernetic is called the limit in between the tangible and intangible. Now, we also have something like that. It's called our fourth inner dimension, and this one is again something in between touchable and untouchable. It is a fourth body that we have alongside the psychological and emotional body, okay? And this body is actually what I believe we replicated in the machines. It is a body that has a lot of intricacy bound to it, and it is hard to determine what and what specifics it has and how to actually understand it, because you see, it is no longer tangible, so it is no longer easily perceivable. It suddenly moves into a sphere that our awareness and consciousness need to be elevated a lot in order to understand this. So while only having one single body, the machines will not do literally anything else than replicate things. People who replicate things, there are already all sorts of these. You have narcissists that in a way learn to replicate, but they don't replicate emotions because they cannot replicate emotions. They just replicate mental aspects that act as similar to the emotions, but they just don't. You cannot replicate easily emotions because emotions do not fluctuate like the mind does. That is why the AI will not simply be able to supersede or understand even human emotions. They will just be capable of reading different facial expressions. There will be all sorts of algorithms of reading human expressions and behavioral aspects of humanity, and the thing is, they won't replicate the emotion. They will just use different logics and conditionals to see if any of 1,000 aspects, right? Like if the person is smiling, how are they smiling? How is their flesh acting on the face? How are the muscles moving? Like all sorts of hundreds of conditionals that they have to go through, and they will go easily through because they function 1,000 times faster than us. They function in frames, and a frame equals a millisecond. So any choice they make several of those in a millisecond. That's how fast their code is. But again, their code functions in frames, but it also functions in wait times, because they do things in a very short period of time, but they also wait, because this cycle in a second is regarded by several processes going at least once during that second, and there are wait times as well, because even if they function 1,000 times faster than us, their physical body cannot withstand that much calculation. In time it can actually break down. And well, so much for this. I'm looking forward to, providing more wisdom. Keep up the good work, become more introspective, and remember, AI is nothing else than a byproduct of our own creativity. It is us who decide when it will actually supersede us, either by creating it better than us, or we simply keep dumbing us down. Until next time, Ferenc Bor signing out.